Good morning. Good morning to all. Okay, can you see the link on your screen? The relationship between MC and ATC. Can you see that? Please, one of you unmute and tell me.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay, so as we were discussing yesterday also, the traditional theory of cost, and in traditional theory of cost, we were dealing with the short run different types of cost, right? We were dealing with the different types of short run cost. So after that, we had yesterday what we did. What yesterday we had derived the average cost, different types of average cost, average total cost, average variable cost, then average fixed cost. Then we also derived marginal cost curves, right? And then the curves we saw that they will be U-shaped. MC and ATC and AVC will be U-shaped. Then your AFC will be having a shape of rectangular hyperbola. Then I told you that you can, if you are asked to draw it in a single diagram, you will draw all of them and then explain whatever was written out there. I'll give you questions, straight away questions, so that you can understand what type of questions can come. And finally, you will write a summary of all the traditional theory costs, different types of cards. Then we had to start with relationships between the different costs. So since average total cost and average variable cost, if you remember, both of them were having or U-shape. So we will find out the relationship. It will be easier for us to find out the relationship between average total cost and average variable cost. So let us start. The average variable cost is a part of the average total cost. Given that ATC equals to AFC plus AVC. This is all we know by now. That total cost consists of two components. One is fixed cost and one is variable cost. And if you talk about the average of this different cost, also the relationship remains same. That is average total cost equals to average variable cost plus average fixed cost. Now both this AVC and ATC are U-shaped that we had seen yesterday. What and possessing the shape of U, what do they reflect? They reflect the law of variable proportions. Following that law, the shape comes like that. However, the minimum point of the ATC occurs to the right of the minimum point of the AVC. Now this is going to happen. Okay, let us see the figure 4.11. The minimum point, look at the U-shaped curve. That is SAVC and SATC. Both of them are U-shaped. You see, they will be U-shaped, SAVC and SATC. Okay, but SAVC will be at a lower point. Okay, will be at a lower level, and you will have to draw when you are drawing both SAVC and SATC in the single diagram. You will have to draw in such a way that the minimum point of the ATC, that is average total cost curve, occurs to the right of the minimum point of the ABC. Okay, SATC, when you are drawing, you have to draw it in such a way that the minimum point means what? Yesterday's discussion, what did it say? Minimum point is the point till which the cost will go on decreasing. After this point, the cost will go on increasing. That is how you will get the U shape of the curves. So when you are drawing the minimum point of ATC and AVC, make sure that the minimum point of ATC is towards the right of the minimum point of AVC. Better when we are discussing this in today's class, you keep a pencil and copy with you and draw the diagram in your copy. Okay, draw this diagram in your copy while we are discussing step by step. So what is the first step? Draw one SATC curve and draw one SAVC curve. Then put the minimum point of SAVC at the at the left of the minimum point of SATC. Okay, so how will we signify that the minimum point of SATC is towards the right side of SAVC? We will have to show it by drawing perpendiculars from the minimum points. So from SATC's minimum point, when you will draw the perpendicular, it will be x2. And from SAVC's minimum point, when you will draw the perpendicular, it will be x1. So x1, x2. Okay. First, you will draw only two curves rather. They are SATC and SAVC. SATC's minimum point will be towards the right of the minimum point of SAVC. This is due to the fact that ATC includes AFC also, and the latter falls continuously with increases in output. Since ATC is also having AFC in it, so it will be at a higher level, right? Because there is inclusion of AFC also in ATC, right? So the minimum point will occur at a later level. At a later stage, the minimum point will occur. After the ABC has reached its lowest point and starts rising, its rise is over a certain range offset by the fall in the AFC. Why? It is said start to rise. That means the point x1. Okay. That means from till the point x1, after that it will start to rise. Its rise is over a certain range offset by the fall in the AFC. Now remember AFC curve, it is a rectangular hyperbola, no? It keeps on falling. It keeps on falling. Continuously it falls. AFC. Because fixed cost is same, but the denominator is going on increasing. So the AFC curve will go on falling, isn't it? Now this the rise in the AVC curve. Now come to the U shape AVC curve. After reaching the lowest point and the AVC, when it starts rising, its rise is over a certain range offset by the fall in the AFC, so that the ATC continues to fall over that range despite the increase in ABC. See, till this range, from x1 to x2, AT is falling, continuously it is falling, and this is happening due to the presence of AFC in it, because AFC is always falling, it is continuously falling. So although AVC has started to rise after the point x1, till this range, from x1 to x2, till this range you see ATC is still falling, but AFC has started to rise. So despite this rise, still ATC will keep on falling because AFC is present in ATC, where AFC is always falling. That's why in this range x1 and x2, AVC and ATC will behave in opposite manner. Understood? So over this range, the average cost, average AVC, that is variable cost curve, although it will rise, it will start already, it will start to rise from x1 to x2, still ATC will keep on falling because there is a presence of AFC in it. However, the rise in AVC eventually becomes greater than the fall in AFC, so that the ATC starts increasing. Now, after this point, after this x2, after coming across this range, the rise in AVC will be more. The amount of rise in AVC will become more than the amount of the fall in AFC. See, after this range, AFC is not falling sharply, no? Look at the dotted AFC line. Now draw the AFC line also in your graph. So since in this range after x2, AFC has almost stopped to fall because there is no space. Otherwise, it will move on to negative. Negative is not possible. So it will be positive, but it will not fall sharply as it was falling at the beginning. So it will keep on falling and AVC will keep on rising. But this rise in AVC will be more, eventually more. It will become eventually more than the fall in the AFC. And that is why ATC will start to increase from this point. You see, from here, after x2, that is how ATC has started to increase, because here the rise in AFC will be the fall in AFC will be offset by the continuous rise in AVC, and that is why SATC, which includes both AVC and AFC, that will also start to rise. The AVC approaches the ATC asymptotically as X increases. Now it will start to rise and almost become similar to ATC. See, at this point where my arrow is on the screen, at this point they are all almost becoming similar, right? Similarly, in the same rate they are increasing, ATC and AFC. Since this AFC's effect has become negligible now. That's why ATC and AVC almost they have become same. In the figure, the minimum AVC is reached at x1. It's a very good description of this diagram. So you will write ekdam word by word, okay? Whatever is written in this two paragraph, whatever is drawn in this diagram is also very perfect. You draw this diagram and then write both this paragraph. So in this figure, the minimum AVC is reached at x1, while the ATC is at its minimum at x2. Between x1 and x2, the fall in AFC is more, the fall in AFC more than offsets the rise in AVC, so that the ATC continues to fall. Beyond x2, the increase in AVC is not offset by the fall in AFC, so that ATC rises. Okay, so same thing has been written in the second paragraph, nothing different. So I think it is clear. If not, please ask me, okay? Next, we will solve the relationship. Tomorrow we can move on to long run. Next, we will solve the relationship between marginal cost and ATC now. All right. Before that, let us see the marginal cost curve once. This is the marginal cost curve. Figure 4.10 is the marginal cost curve, also an U shape. Right. So remember this shape. Also, APC you have seen right now, so no need to recap. Let us now find out the relationship between marginal cost and average total cost. The marginal cost cuts the ATC and the AVC at their lowest points. We will establish this relation only for the ATC and MC. But the relation between MC and AVC can be established on the same lines of reasoning. So most important will be to create the relationship or establish the relationship between marginal cost and average total cost now. In this, based on the same logical reasoning, you can also find out the relationship between marginal cost and average variable cost also. So first line is very important for drawing the diagram. The marginal cost cuts the average total cost and the average variable cost at their lowest points. So do you remember the lowest points in the last diagram? The lowest points are x1 and x2. Is there a different diagram here given? No diagram given. Okay. Same diagram. Yeah, same diagram. In the same diagram, marginal cost curve can be seen. See? Now follow my arrow. I hope you have drawn these three graphs, three curves, that is SATC, SAVC and SAFC or AFC. Now we will draw this SMC. This marginal cost curve will cut the ATC and AVC curve at the lowest point. That means X1 and X2 are the lowest points of AVC and ATC, right? So you will draw now the marginal cost curve by cutting or moving through this X1 and X2. Simple. Follow this rule. You will draw the marginal cost curve now, that is SMC curve, by just going through this X1 and X2. Pass through this X1 and X2 and draw this SMC curve. Just pass through this X1 and X2 and draw this SMC curve. And also maintain the general rule of keeping this MC as an U shape. If you stretch this, it should be an U shape. Like that you have to draw. You will draw the marginal cost curve just above the origin you will start, and then you will cut X1 and X2. We said that the marginal cost is the change in the total cost for producing an extra unit of output, right? Assume that we start from a level of n units of output. If we increase the output by 1 unit, the marginal cost is the change in the total cost that is resulting from the production of how many of which unit? N plus 1th unit or not? That one extra unit, for producing that one extra unit, whatever is the change in the total cost occurring, that is the meaning of marginal cost, right? So suppose we are starting from a level of n units of output, n number of units of output you are starting. Then if we increase the output by 1 unit, then what will happen? At what unit you are standing now? N plus 1, right? Whatever n is the number of n, so it is 10th, 11th. If you put a plus 1, it indicates the very next unit, right? So from the production of the n plus 1th unit, whatever change is resulted in the total cost, that is the meaning of marginal cost. So the average cost at each level of output is found by dividing the total cost by x. Now we will have to deal with AC little bit so that we can establish the relation. The average cost, AC means average cost. It is found out by how much? By dividing what? By dividing TC, that is total cost, by X. That is the number of units of production. So TC by X is the formula for AC. Thus, the AC at the level of Xn is, Xn means the nth number of production you are producing. Okay, we are now notifying it as Xn. So Xn will be what? AC n equals to TCn divided by Xn. Okay, so average cost will be total cost n divided by Xn. And the average cost at the level Xn plus 1 will be how much? Just like this relationship, we will also write this second relationship. We'll just mention n plus 1 instead of n. Okay. Instead of n. Now we know if MC is equals to TCn plus 1 minus TCn. Listen to me very carefully. Okay, if MC is equals to TCn plus 1 minus TCn, then we can write this relationship or not? TCn plus 1 will be equals to TCn plus MC. MC is what? Marginal cost, and marginal cost is the difference in the total cost for producing one extra unit. One extra unit means total cost n plus 1, and the present cost is TCn. So MC is equals to TCn plus 1 minus TCn. Thus we can clearly write TCn plus 1 equals to TCn plus MC. Okay. Thus, if the MC of the n plus 1th unit is less than ACn, the average cost of the previous n units, the ACn plus 1 will be smaller than the ACn. If marginal cost of the n plus 1th unit is less than the average cost of the previous unit, the average cost of the n plus 1th unit will be smaller than the average cost of the n unit. Average will be smaller, right? If total cost is more, average will be smaller. And the second point is, if the MC of the n plus 1th unit is higher than AC, then obviously AC n plus 1 will also be higher. So long as the MC lies below the AC curve, it pulls the latter downwards. When the MC rises above the AC, it pulls the latter upwards. In the figure 4.1.11, that is the last figure, I'll take you there. But in case if you're writing, you can write it first. In figure to the left of the MC, to the left of A, the MC curve lie above the AC curve so that AC rises. The right of A, where is A now? Yeah, this point A. To the right of A, what it is said? To the right of A, the MC curve lie above the AC curve. The MC curve lies above the AC curve. The MC curve will lie above the AC curve, right? Average cost curve. Average cost means average total cost. So it will rise above, it will lie above the average cost curve. But to the left, it is lying below the average cost curve, isn't it? Look at the point A. To the right of it, SMC is above AC, whereas to the left of it SMC is lower to SAC. It follows that at point A, where the intersection of the MC and AC occurs, the AC has reached its minimum level. It also indicates the point that this is the point, no, at point A, both AC and MC are meeting each other, isn't it? ATC, average cost, and marginal cost are equal over here, right? Also, it indicates that at the point where MC and AC meets, this is the point where average cost curve is the average cost is the minimum one. Okay, so you will write this two paragraphs in your copy tonight, whatever we have done today. Okay. First, you will draw this diagram properly, and then you will explain the relationship between ATC and AVC and relationship between MC and ATC. Okay, so this is your homework for today. You should draw all the diagrams in your copy, all right? Otherwise, it will not be a habit. In internal examination, I told not to draw because it was not possible to draw because there was no space also, and in online mode, how will you draw? So I told not to draw. Also, I did not put any option to upload file. So I did not ask to draw. But in your offline mode, you will have to draw. Okay, now respond please. Abhay Sharma. Aditya.
Present, ma'am. Ma'am, Abhay Sharma, present, ma'am.
Okay. Aditya Alsaba. Aman Goyal.
Present,
Aman
ma'am.
Sharma.
Ma'am, Aman Goyal present.
Yeah, even. Aman Sharma. Ananta. Angela.
Present, ma'am.
Anish. Anisha.
Present, ma'am.
Ankit.
Yes, ma'am.
Anmol.
Yes, ma'am.
Anmol Lama. Bhavesh. Those who are done, you please leave and join your next class, okay? Bikash.
Present, ma'am.
Vishwadip. Charu.
Present, ma'am.
Chirag. Deepika. Girish. Imani.
Present, ma'am.
Jaya. Kashish. Meghna Jain. Mehul. Parveen.
Present,
Muskan
ma'am.
Agarwal. 21. Muskan Agarwal. Neha Sanghai. Nikhil Prasad. Nishita. Nupur. Piyush.
Present, ma'am.
Nupur. Is it Nupur? Pragati. Prageshwar. Prashant. Pratham. Iti.
Present, ma'am.
Poonam. Ronak.
Yes, ma'am.
Ravi.
Present, ma'am.
Riyant. Riya. Rohan. Ronak. Sahil. Shama. Trishti.
Yes, ma'am.
Sneha.
Yes, ma'am.
Saurav. Saurav Sharkar.
Present, ma'am.
Saurav
Present, ma'am.
Agarwal. Srishti. Suhana.
Present, ma'am.
Sujit.
Present,
Sydney,
ma'am.
Swati. Swayam. Tanya,
Present, ma'am.
Yash, Yashika, Shreya.
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am, you didn't
I
call
think
out my
there
name.
was a boy. Yeah, yeah. What is your name?
Ma'am, Suvneet.
Suvneet, I called.
Oh,
Another
sorry.
one yesterday. Yesterday
Ma'am,
there was
Sarthak
another
Bansal,
boy.
ma'am.
Sarthak Bansal. Your name is not entered. Okay, I will enter it now, and then I will give you attendances. Okay. Are you
Okay,
are you
ma'am.
joining? Have you joined classes yesterday only?
No, ma'am.
You were attending classes, but I never called you your name.
No, ma'am. I was attending classes, ma'am.
But then I was not calling your name. You did not inform me, no? How will I know that you are there in the class?
Ma'am, I informed you, ma'am.
You informed me yesterday only, but before that,
Ma'am,
did you inform?
yes, ma'am.
What, through WhatsApp message or during class?
During class, ma'am.
No, you did not tell me.
Ma'am, I
Otherwise, I
did,
would have.
ma'am.
Sorry, you
Ma'am, did
said
you
to
mark
some
my
other
name?
teacher name. Who is this?
Ma'am, Suvneet.
Yeah, yeah, I marked. You
Okay,
go
ma'am. Thank
and
you,
give
ma'am.
your next class. Hmm. Sarthak Bansal. Okay, I'll
Yes,
add you.
ma'am.
Okay, go.
Okay. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.